Bienvenidos! Hola! Yo soy Jared Russo. I'm the mayor, I don't know what mayor is in Spanish, of Video Game Town. It's a website, and this is the podcast, the Town Hall Podcast. Man, I'm so excited. I'm so jazzed. I'm peachy because we're going to be talking games today. No pretense, no superfluous stuff. We're just diving in to the games. And here with me to do that is Grant Bruner.
It's true. I'm Grant Bruner. I am the editor-in-chief of Video Game Town, and often
You're the governor.
I'm the chimney sweep of Video Game Town.
And we've been playing a lot of games.
Alcalde, how you pronounce mayor in Spanish. Alcalde. Alcalde.
I don't think that's as catchy as mayor. I don't know. Some words sound better in other languages. Mayor just works. We're here to talk about games on Video Game Town. I'm so excited.
Video games, you're back?
We're so back. There are a ton of releases. I'm playing multiple things at once. There's more coming. By the time you're listening to this, no, it won't be out. Soros is the end of April.
It's coming. George Soros.
You could be listening to this before Soros. Yeah, you could be, or you could be listening to it after it's come out. Who knows?
It is the date that it is coming out is April 30th. So
30th, okay.
When this podcast comes out, when it initially launches, it will not be out yet, but it will be out the week that this podcast launches. And that's a Housemarque game, and it's also a George Soros game, obviously.
It's in the name. He's got to be there.
These are the people who gave us Returnal. I think the only game that they have made that I have like really legitimately loved was Resogun, which is a PS4 launch game.
Yep.
And I liked that quite a bit. They made Super Stardust. People like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like because that was what was the equivalent? Because that was the PS3. The Super Stardust HD came out it was a earlier game. It was a game on like early computer, like 90s computers, and then they made Super Stardust HD on the PS3, and that got traction. What was the equivalent? What was the big shooter on the Xbox 360? That's not made by them, but it was like just they're working in the same field, but it was like really dominant. It was like an early XBLA game.
Oh, Geometry Wars?
Yeah, Geometry Wars.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like if you were an Xbox 360 dominant player, you were playing Geometry Wars. If you were a PlayStation 3 dominant player, you were playing Super Stardust HD.
So I don't know if I've ever told this story on air before about Returnal. So this is that pandemic year.
Yeah, 2021.
And I don't know what happened. I still don't know what happened. But it disconnected from the internet while I was playing mid-run, and I had gotten further than I'd ever gotten. I got to like the 5th world, the ice world, and I was like, something is off. And then I like died, and then I like turned the console off, and then it like deleted my save, and I had to go through like PSN like customer support, and they were unable to help, and I was like, well, then give me a fucking refund. So like I just stopped playing that game because it like just straight up deleted my save.
Games shouldn't be online only. Like unless you are playing a game that is multiplayer, a single player game should never be tied to the internet, and I think it's bullshit.
And there was a lot of talk about Returnal being a game that people couldn't pause.
That sucks. You should be able to pause video games. If it is a single player game, fuck you, let me pause the video game. I have a life to live. I have stuff to do. Sometimes I have to pause a video. Sometimes somebody rings your doorbell and you have to do it. And it's just like, well, I guess I'm going to fucking die, which sucks. That's a bad way to make a video game.
Well, that's how all the Dark Souls have been made. You could be in offline mode, and it's still, like, if you, quote-unquote, pause,
sucks. And maybe,
it's still going.
Hear me out. What if those FromSoft games aren't as good as everyone says they are?
Oh, they're really good. But we're here to talk about new releases, because you've been playing some stuff that came out, I've been playing some stuff that came out, and we've both been playing one particular game that came out.
I think we have to talk about the elephant in the room, right?
Kirby Air Rider. No, it's
Have you been playing? Hold on. Have you been playing Kirby Air Riders?
Oh, I'm kidding. That was a joke. It's Pragmata.
Pragmata is awesome. And I was editing, having spent a lot of time over the weekend. I was editing our previous podcast and listening to you being like, I played the demo and I'm not feeling it. And I'm like, oh man, past Jared, I'm gonna give future Jared and Earful about this, because I have put about 7 hours into Pragmata, and I think that this is pretty easily my goatee to beat so far this year.
That's wild. Okay, I wasn't feeling it based on the trailers, and then I
You
played
had
the
played
demo.
the demo. You had played the demo in this podcast.
And I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. And now I've spent 4 hours in it, and I'm like, I like this game. It's good. Very good.
I think the writing is fucking pin sharp. Every time Diana dunks on Hugh, but she like gives him shit, but she's like, I'm a big man and I'm very authoritative, I think is the funniest shit I have seen in a video game in a while. I think that she's very likable, and it has this dad child thing that has been very like overdone in video games. This feels entirely fresh because he's not a sad dad. He's not I have to my wife's dead. It is wholesome. I read somebody on I think I brought this up when I was recording a video of it. I read somebody on Reset Era, and I can't remember what person is. They said this is like a wholesome Dead Space. And I feel very much that way. Is that like, I think the relationship's really authentic. I played some in front of my wife. She really liked Diana as a character. I just think that the character stuff works really well. And then I think the gameplay loop is killer. I think it's superb. I love the way it looks, and I think that you're constantly pushed to go and get some more things, to unlock more things, to go back and continue the game. But then there's also, you know, things to go back once you've completed that area. I think it's just been, so far, it has been an excellent experience for me.
It's delightful. I could see how it's your goatee contender, although there are no sad robots. Interestingly enough,
there's a very happy robot. I would say those robots, they're not capable of feeling. I would say, at least the robots that I have, my understanding, based on, because you know I'm playing on PS5, it gives you kind of like there's a little meter on like how far it thinks you are in the game, which is not always perfect, but I'm basically at like the 50% mark. Like I have completed about 50% of the game.
Okay, so I'm at 4 hours. I got to the third world. I have the sticky bomb gun.
Which rules?
I 100%ed the first two areas. Is it perfect? No. There are some times where I am engaging in combat. I've run out of all my ammo, and I'm waiting for my gun to sort of recharge. And that's like, that kind of feels bad.
You should be hacking more.
Although sometimes I'm hacking, and I'm technically like, there's so many enemies sort of clustered together that I'm sort of hacking the wrong one. So we can get like a little claustrophobic where I'm like sort of like trying to like jump or dash, and there's like a bunch of people in a small room.
Almost like Dead Space, where you're claustrophobic in a small room, and that's kind of part of the design, is that it's supposed to overwhelm you a little bit.
No, but like in Dead Space, it never felt like unintentional. Where if sometimes in this game, it's like, oh, I kind of boxed myself in a corner, I kind of got fucked, and I'm waiting for my gun to reload now, so I have to just like wait for it to like reload to like chip away at the damage, and then I gotta like, it's not always like a perfect fluid like, oh, I'm feeling it, I'm hacking it, I'm like, sometimes it's that, and then sometimes it's kind of like, I'm not gonna use the word boring, but it is like a little like, ooh, I'm out of juice, I'm out of stuff, I'm low on health, I'm out of ammo, and I'm just sort of having to like drag this fight out a little more. So far, it's not simple level design, but it's like manageable level design where I can find secrets, and I don't have to like look at a map. I kind of know where I'm going.
And also, it doesn't help that map sucks ass.
Oh yeah, it's a bad map, but it does remind me of, God, everyone's mentioned this. Vanquish, Lost Planet, like early 360 games.
Yeah, I don't think it's that like. It is very much a Vanquish #1 with the bull is what people have been saying. His character design looks very Vanquish, but yeah. I don't think it ends up being that. I think the comparison to Dead Space is in retrospect a much clearer comparison to Vanquish, because I think this is so much more along those lines in terms of like the moment to moment gameplay.
Yeah, there were some other games that I'm trying to remember people were tossing around as comparisons, P&O3 or whatever. But this definitely does have like the RE4 over the shoulder kind of aim down sights camera view of the gun, and the BioShock like up, down, left, right, little like tube mini game kind of thing. The boss battles are great. It looks great. It runs great.
I'm playing it on the PS5 Pro, and it is fucking incredible. It is fucking incredible on the PS5 Pro. I
like the art design. I like the New York City, the Times Square through the lens of like a robot glitching or whatever. That's really cool.
Have you seen much of the third area?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of deep in that. There's like the trees,
yeah,
and you like grow the trees, and it feels like I'm like nearing the boss of that area.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how fast you're going, but like, it is. The second and third areas I think are really, really, really great. The first area is fine. It's very much like hey, you're getting your feet wet here. We're giving you, more simple layouts so that you understand how the game's played, and then things get more complicated. Much more vertical design than I ever anticipated.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I mean there's some I really like exploring, and the platforming sometimes it's just like I don't have quite enough like boost to make jumps, and it's like
you can
like
upgrade
a tiny
you
bit.
can upgrade your boosts.
No, I know, but like sometimes it's like, oh, he caught the edge of the thing, and then sometimes it's like it's not like perfect, but this is not a platformer, so I don't like expect
no. And
that.
I feel like you are, because you have the thrust. I feel like unless. So the one counter example I would say is when you're doing the challenge rooms, like the sim stuff.
Oh yeah,
those are actually pushing you re-platforming, but the vast majority of the game, like the main part of the game is never really asking that much out of you in terms of platforming. But the challenge rooms definitely do.
Yeah, the training rooms. Yeah, there was like one. It was like a straight up Super Mario Sunshine level where he doesn't have flood. Like boxes are moving and stuff.
Yep. I think,
and I like the economy. I like that. I'm getting new things and I'm upgrading things at a good pace. And if I really wanted to grind, I could, but I don't.
I feel like you're always ready. Every time I go back to the hub, I always have something that I can get.
Yeah, and I'm filling out the bingo cards. I'm kind of getting to the end of upgrading my starting gun, her hacking, and my health, and it feels like it's like, am I done with the game, or like?
Have you gotten a different base gun?
Yes, I have, which I like more. But again, it's like not enough ammo, and it's just I keep running out, and I keep having to sort of wait for it to recharge. But it feels like Capcom aimed not for the sky, but aimed at like a very reasonable level, and they nailed it. But it's like they intentionally wanted like a certain game of a certain length and size and scope, and they perfected that. And it's like, yeah, this is a really, really great game. It hasn't done anything that like I've never seen before, but it's just it's refreshing that I haven't had one of these types of things in a very long time. And it does mix shooting with like puzzle stuff, which is cool.
We got to have more linear games. Fewer open world. I'm not saying no open world. Fewer open world games, more linear games.
I mean, I agree with you, but it just doesn't seem like anyone's interested in making these besides Capcom. Because is there another example of a game like this coming? Because like Saros is procedurally generated. That's a roguelike. I guess maybe Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, like
GTA's open worlds.
Because like the whatchamacallits, the Naughty Dog games are linear.
Well, I don't know about this new one coming up, but they also haven't made a game in 6 years.
I mean, that's the thing. You could make that same argument for most fucking major devs, right? Is that they just take forever to make a video game?
Yeah, and I mean, most indies are not third-person, like, camera control, action, adventure, or shooty things. Like, they're typically, like, much smaller because they don't have to deal with AI, and they don't have to deal with the camera, they don't have to deal with precision aiming, or it's like, oh, we made a platformer, we made a card game, we made a strategy game. Like, those are like a lot easier to sort of like, from what I can tell, make if you're an indie dev.
Yeah.
Even people who make Hades, like that's like an isometric thing. Like, when are they going to make like a 3D
Proc
game?
Gem too.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Here's my crazy pitch. What if The Legend of Zelda, instead of an open world, you had handcrafted dungeons? And a relatively small world, and you were mostly focused on progressing through a linear path, and then you got really cool items that allowed you to solve puzzles in interesting ways. And you could have.
Can I play a tiny flute?
You definitely should play some sort of instrument.
Tiny flute. It's got to be a tiny flute.
I think it should be a tiny flute in one section, and then it should be like horns, and then a sick guitar, and then bongos in other ways.
Nice. So yeah, I'm really enjoying Pragmata. It's too early in the year for me to even fathom Game of the Year stuff. Like that boggles my mind. Like if I had to put together like a top 5 of like my best games so far this year,
I could put together 5 that I would feel okay about. Not necessarily 5 that I would feel like over the moon about, but I could put together a top 5 that I would be like, yeah, sure, these are good games.
Oh man, what the fuck came out this year? RE9 came out this year. Slay the Spire 2 came out this year. It's out. I'm sorry, it's out.
I'm telling you, Mugenics is going to be your game of the year.
Mugenics. I really like Mouse PI for Hire. We're going to talk about that next.
All right, let's talk. I don't know if I don't know if I have that much to say about Pragmata other than like
Pragmata.
It is $60. It is not even a full price of what motherfuckers are asking you to pay for a game now. If you like these types of games, if you like a game where you're solving puzzles, you're an action adventure boy, you have a girl robot who's Yoda-ing on you on your back, there's no reason not to get it. I think that it is a rock solid game. And listen, it is a pretty great game with a high level of polish and a very beautiful looking game. And it's not attached to any other intellectual property. It's a new game. It's a new video game. Can you fucking believe it?
I forgot about Pocopia. I was looking up all the games I've been playing this year. People are already just tossing around like, oh yeah, Pocopia, it's my game of the year. It's like, it's April. It's April. No.
I want to clarify. I'm not saying that Pragmata is my game of the year. I'm saying
it's so far.
So far, that's the game to beat.
Yeah. I mean,
it's the game that I have liked the most this year.
I mean, man, RE9 just does all this stuff. Minus, I know though, there's good puddles in RE9 too. Damn, dude, RE9 is like is this game, but like there's so much more going on, and this is much like a laid back, more like interesting like vibe of like, oh yeah, okay, it's like a different flow, you know, but like RE9 is like a whole album. Tracks.
I just feel like the more they lean into rhythms. The Resident Evil of it all, the harder it is for me to convince myself to play Resident Evil 9.
I mean, for you, like, it'll be something like down the road you might check out. I mean, it's not like that long.
Yeah, I thought about maybe even because it was like, I saw that like the Resident Evil 4 remake was like $20 and I was like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, now we're talking. Those all come to Switch too. That's totally like a get them in a year, lay in your bed, play them all over a weekend or whatever.
Let's talk about the Mouse Detective, the Great Mouse Detective.
The Great Mouse Detective. I think I have a friend of mine who once misremembered that and called it the Great Rat Escape, and I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, the Great Rat Escape, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
What if Sherlock Holmes was a mouse?
Mouse PI for Hire. Grant, what if I told you that someone played a lot of BioShock 1?
Yeah.
And was like, what if
Mickey Mouse was here?
That? And was like, what if I could do this BioShock? And I mean this in like the way the game controls, the guns you get, the level design, the pacing. Like, it is very BioShock 1. Am I selling you?
Not necessarily, because so much of what BioShock 1 did, like, I don't think BioShock 1 plays like incredibly. So much of what BioShock 1 did was like world building and aesthetically and all of that, and then moving into like where you like the walk and talks, like where you're getting story as you're walking around. Like, it was doing a lot of that stuff. Whereas like if you just said it kind of like BioShock, but none of the things that made BioShock 1 interesting, then I'm like, okay, I guess.
Well, there's an interesting world. There are lots of large levels. I'm actually really impressed by the level design. There's a lot of large like levels that go on and they circle back with shortcuts, or they have secrets, and there's like vents to crawl under and go through, and areas for like multi-enemy battles, but also boss fights. And you upgrade your Tommy gun, you upgrade your pistol, you upgrade your shotgun, you upgrade your grenade launcher, and it's very BioShock in the way that they look. And like the guns visually like upgrade themselves, apart from like doing new things.
But it's very much doing like the Cuphead thing of what if this looked like a ye olde cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the ripping off the 30s and 40s Disney aesthetic.
It isn't literally Mickey Mouse, but it definitely feels like them being like, now what, Disney, you motherfuckers? we can make this shit and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is what's not something domain? Public domain?
Yep.
I was gonna say eminent domain.
Yes,
I was like, what?
yeah, public domain, the very, very early Mickey Mouse stuff. So certainly if you're not calling your game Mickey Mouse blah 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 and you're using the old-timey Mickey Mouse stuff somewhere in there, yeah, you can do it. If you're calling your shit Mickey Mouse, then Disney is going to come knocking on your fucking door.
The opening cutscene starts with a steamboat called Willie.
It's on the nose.
I would say that this game, it is a ton of it's like 90%. It's as far as the dialogue, the story, the cutscenes, the plot, and the areas you're in. It's like references and jokes and puns, and it doesn't take itself seriously whatsoever. And the voice acting is very good, but what they're saying is like after a while you're like, all right, I'm sick of this. Like I don't need to. I can sort of mash my way through and just kind of read what's going on. There is a Alan Wake 2 board you pin evidence clues to. But unlike Alan Wake 2, it is just automatic and it just like sort of auto-populates and just pushes you along. So there's no detective work.
I don't know. I really like that the weird mind, you like your brain mansion or whatever the fuck in.
Oh, I loved it. In Alan Wake 2, I love it. And this, it's not that. It's just like it's like a fake board of evidence you pin together. Just it's all sort of like okay, here's your next mission.
Yeah.
But this is really fun. I'm enjoying it. There's like a double jump, and the double jump is in your shoe. There's like a spring loaded thing. And then like your dash is like a little like jetpack, like it's like everything in the world. It's like explainable, but like very Looney Tunes, like dropping pianos on people's heads, literally dropping anvils on people's heads, literally burning them to a crisp. And then like the ashes fall into a pile, but their eyeballs stay there so that like their eyeballs are looking around on their ashy dead corpse.
Yeah. This seems like it might be more like in the same way as I think I am more likely to play this than I ever was likely to play Cuphead, but I feel like it might end up in that situation where I like looking at it more than I like playing it.
Yeah, that might be true. I mean, it doesn't play bad. It is fun to go around these levels, and it's fun because there's lots of different ones. There's like a Splash Mountain kind of level. There's like a spooky gothic evil mansion. There's like industrial like building. There's like old there's like a theater where you like go backstage of the theater and you fight like an opera singer as like a final boss. That's like early on in the game. So there's like a lot of that kind of stuff where it's like, yeah, we watch a lot of Charlie Chaplin movies and we just took like aesthetically things from that, like Modern Times or and so it's all black and white, and there's some really cool animation in it, some very cool ideas. There is a shopkeep that you can buy ammo and new stuff from. There is a side game that involves cards, but it's baseball. It's like a baseball mini game where you are either batting or pitching, and you have a hand of cards, and you play one with a number on it, and the higher number sort of wins. And based on like who you're playing, it's like you could go like you hit a single, you can hit a double, you could strike out. So
You're
like
out of here.
So the collectibles are either old timey newspapers, old timey comic book strips that tell a continuous story, or are baseball players, their cards. Because this is like the 30s, so the only thing that's going around are baseball cards.
Yeah, I mean, like that. It sounds like they started from a what if Mickey Mouse cartoons was BioShock, and then they actually ended up having to make a game about it,
and they made the most Cuphead-esque thing they could have made.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a really fun game.
Reviews. Yeah, so like pretty warm. It is cooler than I think I immediately my instinct was like, all right. Like it's like Choo Choo Charles, and I was like, is this gonna just be like, I don't know, like is it going to be like a grim dark Mickey Mouse? And it's not that.
No. It is 100% a comedy.
Yeah.
And it's only $30. I really like it. I'm gonna play more of it. I got like a space laser, like Flash Gordon looking kind of gun. Like it is it knows what it's doing. I just don't think you should go in for like the story. I know you're a big story guy. Don't go in for the story. Just go in for
It's not going to
everything else.
deliver on that.
Unless you like find it hilarious, which like at a certain point it becomes kind of grating. But thankfully it doesn't like flood you with that crap. Like you can seek it out if you want to. There's side quests, there's people to talk to, but like other than like the cutscenes and like talking to like characters for like quests, it's not a lot of like having to mash through like really bad dialogue. It's mostly like running around and finding stuff and picking up stuff. Like you know the little Doom Funko Pops that you picked up in those Doom games?
I'm aware of it.
That's in this game. It's very Doom, actually. There's like the way that like some of the open combat arenas are set up with like the ammo drops and like the health. It really reminds me of the modern Dooms.
It's like a Doom Mickey Mouse.
A Doom clone,
yeah,
as you will.
Yeah. I do think it would be funnier if they made like a 30s cartoon like boomer shooter. I think that would be funny.
I mean, that's what this kind of is, because you can't aim down your sights.
Yeah. Can you aim down sight in BioShock? I feel like you can.
No.
There's no idiots.
No.
Huh. It was a weird time. 2008 was a weird time.
I mean, like Call of Duty really started that trend, and it didn't pick up until Modern Warfare, eviscerated everybody.
Yeah, certainly like games did it. Like you could aim down sights in games before Call of Duty, but it wasn't the expectation in a shooter.
And then Halo just went by the wayside, and everyone was like, "Yeah, we got to aim down sights. Call of Duty, come on."
Because didn't Halo eventually be like, "All right,
yeah, eventually
you can aim down sights."
They like half-assed it too. Like it's not.
It feels like you should either implement it correctly or stay the course. Don't go the middle ground.
Yeah. Hey man, I other than sniper rifles with scopes, it's you got to commit.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I definitely, I played when we started working together. I played a bit of that first Halo, and it is hard to fight the instinct to left trigger, right trigger.
I agree. Grant, what have you been playing?
So besides Pragmata, I have been playing a little bit of Mass Effect 3. Because I have there's like two achievements that I don't have in Mass Effect 3 on the Legendary Edition, and I've been working on that a little bit. Just not because I'm like a huge Chivo nut, but it's more like it's like these games are like my kind of like all-time faves, so like it's nice to like have an excuse to go back and do something.
What year is it? Playing Mass Effect 3 and you're getting achievements?
I guess technically trophies, because I'm playing them on a PlayStation. The other thing is I played the demo for Tides of Tomorrow, which is when this podcast comes out, it will be out. And we might even have coverage. We will probably have coverage the week that this podcast comes out. Maybe not the same day, but that week. I played through. It's a relatively short demo. It's maybe an hour. I think it's pretty interesting. So these are the people who made Road 96. It's being published by THQ Nordic. It's a game that is like a quote unquote multiplayer story. And what that means is that you're in kind of like a very Wind Waker-y type world where like lots of things is separated by water, or like, like a water world type situation. And you go to these settlements, and the state of the world in that settlement is impacted by somebody else, how they left that world. Like, so it's like, okay, well, the person who came before you really fucked over this faction. So this faction is like harder to deal with, and like, they're really pissed off. Or like, did this person like take off with the goods? And that means you're going to have less of the thing that you're looking for in this island because the person who came before you took it. Things along those lines. So it's a very much like decisions matter type game, but it's like not only your decision matters, it's like the people who've played the game in like the entire world of people who've played the game matters, because what the person who came before you did will change how you're playing the game this time around. I think that's like it's a cool idea, and I'm not entirely sure how much like that comes together in the end, and I guess we'll see. Reviews have not hit yet, but I'm interested enough. I liked Road 96 quite a bit. I'm interested enough, and it's like a $30 game, so I guess I liked the demo. I being able to see like, okay, this is available to you because somebody else made these decisions. So if you had like played this demo at a different time, then it would have looked, things would have gone very differently for you. I think it's a neat idea, and I hope it works out. I feel like people have like flirted with this, like super. What the heck is the people the not super giant, super massive? I feel like they've flirted with that with their games, where like you can like have people together and they can like vote on their phone what happens.
My phone, you say?
Yeah, like you have like a group of friends together, and then like they're making decisions on the phone that changes how the game ends up. But this is much more like it's like asynchronous gameplay, because you're not playing together in the same world with somebody. You're playing in a sea of choices. You see, the sea is literal, but the sea is also metaphorical, Jared.
When I think games where my choices matter, I think Mass Effect 3.
It's true. It is true though. Like I know that you're dunking on it.
Is it true?
It quite literally is.
Listen, for $60, you can get Mouse PI for Hire and Road 96.
Or not Road 96, Tides of Tomorrow. Road 96 is the previous game.
All right. But for $60, you can get 2 games.
It's true. I'm going to look up how much you can get Road 96. It's probably like $1.
I am Googling.
Road 90.
You can save 75% and get it for $5.
Yeah, it's going to be super cheap. But I loved Road 96.
What other game? I mean, I've been... Before Pragmata came out, I was dabbling in Super Meat Boy 3D.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good.
Okay.
But it's not the original.
And you can kind of tell why maybe somebody would not want to continue working on Super Meat Boy, when it's like we kind of did the thing, right? Like
they kind of nailed it, and this is a different thing entirely, and it like sometimes like works and it sometimes doesn't work, and it's I mean, I appreciate what they tried to accomplish. It it's a good game.
Mm-hmm. And how many points did you lose in fantasy? Did you?
It was 4. Now it's 6. I don't know what the fuck is going.
Rip.
Ugh. Anyways,
now we got to see. We got to see if Fable makes it this year. Because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be eating good. And if it does come out this year, then I'm donezo.
I don't know if you're donezo.
I think
it's too early.
I think my first place position very much depends on if Fable comes out this year or not,
or if Backyard Baseball is incredible. God damn it! All right, if we have no other games, then I have a game of my own.
Okay,
Grant, you like to
move it. Give
me games based on things that you really love.
Sure.
Well, now it's time for me to give you a game based on things that you also really love.
Okay, great. Things Grant loves.
I have a list up of every game based on the IP Star Wars.
Oh, no, because there's so many I haven't played.
Grant, can you tell me how many games are based on Episode 4, A New Hope, which was originally just called Star Wars?
Okay, I'm going to say... So how are we handling it when a game... So, like, for example, a Lego Star Wars, which is based on multiple episodes, like it will be like, this is the old trilogy, so does that count towards an Episode 4 game?
No.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm looking at a very particular list.
Okay.
And it divides things. So we'll just start out. How many games, not in sort of bundled collections or whatever, do you think are based on
just
Star
Wars?
Wars?
I'm going to go 20.
7.
Okay. Because there's Super Star Wars.
That's one of them.
And
1992 SNES.
Like, I want to say that there's an Atari Star Wars.
There is.
And that's the full extent of what I can remember.
So there's Star Wars for the arcade. There is a game
like
for the
TIE Fighter game.
Yeah. And it came to 1,000 other things.
Right.
There's a game called Death Star Interceptor, which came out in '84 for the Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrum. Then there's Star Wars for Famicom, which is its own thing. There is Star Wars Attack on the Death Star for PCs. Star Wars for Game Boy, Master System, Game Gear, Super Star Wars SNES, and a different Star Wars arcade.
Yeah, there's also like, I want to say there's like a Trench Run game on Windows.
That might be one of the ones I mentioned. Now, how many games do you think are based on The Empire Strikes Back?
It's going to be more. So
it's actually not.
Really?
It's yeah.
Is okay. So with that, I'll say 5. But then I will just go ahead and then make a guess for Return of the Jedi. I think Jedi has to be a lot more.
Nope.
So I'm going to say 14 for Jedi.
Oh, even fewer.
What? How is that possible?
Based on this list, there are 4 games that are just based on Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
There's an Atari game.
Okay.
There's an arcade game. There's an NES and a Super NES.
Yeah.
Some of them are one Super Star Wars. And it's just Star Wars : The Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
There's only 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then for Return of the Jedi, there's only 3.
Is it counting the Game Boy game?
There's Super Star Wars for SNES and Game Boy. There's Star Wars: Return of the Jedi for arcade, and then there's one for Atari 2600.
Yeah,
and other consoles.
I played the Return of the Jedi Game Boy game, and you're playing as Leia in her like a bounty hunter outfit. You're whacking dudes with sticks.
Don't think too grand, but how many games are based on the world of the Phantom Menace?
That one has to definitely be 15.
No, there's only 6.
How?
Because again, this list divides it in a very weird way. We'll get into it. Star Wars: Episode 1 for Windows and PlayStation 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a pinball that they count. Okay. And I don't mean a pinball machine.
Like a video pinball.
That is correct. Then there is Jedi Power Battles.
Uh-huh.
Then there is Battle for Naboo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Episode 1 Pod Racer.
Obi-Wan's Adventures for Game Boy Color. And Obi-Wan for Xbox.
It doesn't have Episode 1 Racer?
No, because that's categorized as a different thing.
Oh, fuck that. Then fuck this list forever, is what I'm saying.
There are only 3 for Attack of the Clones, and there's only 1 for Revenge of the Sith. Because then it gets into everything else, which is X-Wing games, TIE Fighter games, Jedi Knight games, Rogue Squadron games, racing games, Starfighter games, Knights of the Old Republic games, Battlefront games, Force Unleashed games,
the Borscht Unleashed?
Borscht Unleashed games. They categorize so many different types of things.
I think that's hyper categorized. I think that's kind of bullshit. There's also so many games that are like kind of go across multiple games. Like I want to say like the what the heck are the like Rogue Leader and Rogue Squadron, all that shit is like across multiple episodes. It's not just like, this isn't like, oh, this is the A New Hope game. This is like, you're hitting the highlights across the whole thing.
Well, the list that we did previously was just based on like the plot. It's like, this game is about the plot of this movie.
See, this is, I think, where I got hung up, is that it was like, it's like this covers the plot of this, not like all games that are adjacent to this episode.
Dude, I'm looking at tabletop, pinball, Disney.com, VR, Kinect, smartphones, browser games, like Lego, Angry Birds, Roblox, Disney Infinity. Like, it is insane. There's even a huge list for canceled ones.
Because you can make arguments like Lego Star Wars. There's so many Lego Star Wars games.
There's a lot. For instance, did you know that there was a game called Ewok Adventure for the Atari 2600 canceled in 1983?
Is it based on the TV movie?
It's a shoot 'em up.
Okay, so
Ewok Adventure.
So yeah,
there was a Jedi Knight 3 Brink of Darkness that was canceled.
Yeah,
there were several Battlefronts canceled. Star Wars Smuggler canceled. Imperial Commando first-person shooter canceled. Episode 7 Shadows of the Sith canceled. And then there's the famous ones, 1313, Project Ragtag. That was the Amy Hennig one.
Man, they really fucked up a bunch of stuff.
And then there's the list of, this is good. Can you tell me how many times Star Wars characters appeared in other franchises?
Oh, it's going to be, a dozen, 12.
Well, can you name any?
The first one that immediately comes to mind is Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur 4, that's correct.
I want to say, so there's definitely going to be crossover in other LucasArts games. So like there is Star Wars.
True, but you be more specific.
So there's Star Wars references in Day of the Tentacle. There's Star Wars references in Sam and Max, but like they're small references. Like I don't even know if that counts because it's not like Darth Vader walks onto the screen and then walks off. It's like they're referencing Star Wars, so that probably doesn't even count.
So this list it refers to the inclusion of characters.
Okay.
And Easter eggs are like not a part of this.
Okay, yeah. So not counting Fortnite, because Darth Vader said a bunch of slurs.
Yep.
I feel like there was another fighting game that had Star Wars. There was a...
Masters of Sarascati?
Yeah, on the PS1. Was that just Star Wars, or was that like a Star Wars? Okay, it's just a Star Wars.
Oh yeah, no, that's a Star Wars game.
Okay, Fortnite Season 2. I don't know. What are some other ones?
Minecraft.
There's Star Wars and Minecraft. I mean, I guess. Oh, Star Wars Angry Birds.
Yeah, that's like its own franchise.
That's bullshit. That's the Angry Birds franchise that has Star Wars in it.
Well, once you hear this list, then you'll understand.
Okay.
This is not. But I mean, there was like a DLC for The Sims, but that's also like borderline.
Well, that doesn't count.
It's borderline. You could play as Han Solo in Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings.
Okay. Weak.
You can play as Han Solo in Mercenaries Playground of Destruction, which was a LucasArts game. Secret Weapons Over Normandy allowed you to unlock X-Wing and TIE Fighter. That was also LucasArts. I thought you were going to get Tony Hawk 3 and 4, Darth Maul, Jango Fett.
Oh, that's right. Darth Maul skateboarding. That's really stupid. It's really stupid. It's so dumb.
The 1990 video game Night Shift features a variety of Star Wars characters you can play as.
Night Shift. I thought when you said it, I initially thought Night Trap, and I'm like, that can't possibly be.
I think we found the title of the episode: Star Wars in Night Trap.
Star Wars featuring Night Trap. Woof. Also, I'm looking here at the video games for the Lego Star Wars. I didn't even remember this, that the first Lego Star Wars was the prequels on like PS2 and Xbox and GameCube. Then Lego Star Wars 2 was the original trilogy. Then they did then they put both, and then they did a Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, yeah. And
then they did one just for The Force Awakens. And then they said, okay, let's not do that again. And then they rebooted everything. They redid everything from the ground up and did like all 9 of the Skywalker Saga games.
That's correct.
And then there's also some like iOS fucking games, Lego Star Wars Battles and Lego Star Wars Castaways, which is, man, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh, you forgot Lego Star Wars: The Quest for R2-D2 or The Yoda Chronicles.
Oh, are those like the shorts?
No, they're just more mobile games.
No, this says The Quest for R2-D2 is a short movie which aired on Cartoon Network in August 2009.
Oh, it uses Unity. That's why it's what? All right, we're done here. We're done here, folks. My brain is fried. This is too ridiculous.
Jared, do you know that people can get even more podcasts if they're willing to part with $5 American a month? If they go to videogame.town/donate, they can find our Patreon, and for $5 a month you get a bonus podcast. And if you want to support us, but you don't really want to add another subscription on top of things, which I get, we have a Ko-fi, you can find that there too. And if you like us and you want to support us, but you don't have spare money to throw around every month, you can just find our Apple Podcast page or our Spotify page and just leave us 5 stars, and it makes a big difference, I assure you.
Grant, are there any social media platforms that Video Game Town is a part of?
We're on Blue Sky. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube and Twitch. I think that's about all the ones that matter.
I think we should end this episode by doing what Diana does. 101101010011001.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.